Welcome. Namaste Om on this fine spring morning. We have this tendency to believe, our mind has a tendency to believe that it's always in control for a specific purpose. Yeah? To not do anything, to choose to give up and surrender is also a type of control. The ego mind is 100% protective over itself. 100% protective over itself. Pure mind is 100% protective over everything. You see? Including itself, but everything that mind, which is everything. So pure mind is 100% protecting of everything. But ego mind is 100% protecting over itself. Now we have adopted this ego mind. When you side with the ego mind, which is your self-identity, your person, your constructed image of you, which you say, well, it can't be an image because I see myself in the mirror. Well, yourself in the mirror is also an image of something that you recognize. But it's the ego mind that recognizes the name, the sex, the eyes, the whole features of the body. And it's saying, I'm going to protect you. I'm not going to protect anything else except you. Because ego mind sees a singular you, a singular, what I call non-dual. But if you have the diamond, and non-dual is in both ends, and there is a duality where you split to the peaks, and you're traveling along both directions. When you become non-dual again, this is a completely different type of non-dual, because the end of this diamond is looking at the whole world as the same thing. This diamond, this non-dual, is only looking at yourself. Now, that's not a derogatory thing, but you're only concerned, the mind is only concerned about keeping this one safe, rich, alive, which is a reflection of what pure mind is here to do. But the only difference is pure mind trusts that it can do nothing to keep your body and mind alive, because it trusts that everything is doing it. Everything is trying to keep a singular body and mind alive. Ego mind says, no, everyone's out to get me. So I have to do hundreds of things, billions of things every day in my life to keep myself alive. The ego mind is not really interested in the body. If the ego mind was interested in the body, it will allow the body to do what it wanted, you see? Yeah, so when you get up in the morning, you say, body says, oh, I feel so sore and stiff. Body's saying, don't go to work today. Ego mind says, no, you have to. There's 100 reasons, 1,000 reasons. You're letting your team down. You're faking an illness that doesn't. And ego mind is playing pure mind at the same time, but it's very different, very difficult to separate. And that's what pure awareness is enlightenment gives you the awareness to actually know. Even in this singular sentence that comes to a singular person being lazy and saying, yeah, I know what that means. I have to go to work. Enlightenment means the awareness comes in and kicks in and says, oh, I know what the mind is saying. It is concerned about the body. But what do I do? Do I side with the body or do I side with the mind? Do I side with the team I'm letting down? Do I side with all the things that may be detrimental to the workplace? Or do I look after my body? It doesn't matter, you see. It doesn't matter which way life takes it. Because if you sit, something may happen. The phone may ring, your boss says, "Oh, we're really quiet today. Why don't you take the day off?" Your mind says, "No, that's never happened to me." It's never happened to me because you've never trusted in consciousness. That ego mind does not trust in consciousness because it's always protecting the singular one. When do you know ego mind is speaking? When do you know pure mind is speaking? When you're aware. Who is aware, you see? You cannot be pure mind when awareness kicks in, and you cannot be ego mind when awareness kicks in. You are the witness. The witness is all that exists. Everything outside of the witness, including your body, workplace, and all the experiences in your life, are incidents, are experiences, are fluctuations that are never permanent. You can't take any incident in your life 5 years ago and say, "Look, this is exactly how it happened." Exactly how it happened. Unless you walk about the whole of your life with a video camera, filming everything, every single thing. And even then it's happening in the present moment. It's not happening in the past. It didn't happen then, it's happening now. Anyway, different video. What is an ego mind? Ego mind is a construction of information that when you respond to the word me, I, name, singular, and parents point at you as a singular thing, you're different from James and different from else, you become independent and a singular form. An ego mind means the singular form, but it's not the body, has to take some information to build up some sort of protocol, some sort of program way to create something that it believes in and that it knows, and that everything else is not really important. Now, ego mind is reflecting pure mind. Pure mind knows that you're a space. You're not this body and mind. You're beyond this body and mind. You're looking from a different place, but appearing to be as if you're in this place. Okay? You can never pretend to be out of this place because that's total nirvana state, which no one can keep. Not even out of body, you see? Not even dead body. So pure mind wants to protect you, but pure mind wants to protect the whole you, the whole space, everything that is seen or experienced or sensed from your emotions. So if you see a cup, pure mind says, "You're not that cup." But that cup belongs within your whole existence. So it is just as important as your body. And when you want a cup of tea and you're looking for a cup, it's bloody important, yeah? It's very important. Or else you're drinking out of a soup bowl. So pure mind says everything is important equally. Ego mind says you are the most important. You are the most important in this whole world. And so when you have a group of ego mind dominant people, they're not interested in the rest of the world. They're not interested in the water, the environment, and all these things that we have protests about. They're not interested in these things. If they say they are, if you say you are, yeah, and you continue to live against the things that you're protesting about, which means 90% of life, to be a true protester, you're going to have to sit like Buddha under a tree for many, many years. Everyone, it's not going to happen. So ego mind will always be here, a programmed, structured thing that you think you are this insular, singular person. But you also blame the world, because the world really is what gave you this information. But you took the information, you see. But when I say you, ego mind took the information for itself. Pure mind sitting alongside saying, you don't need that. You don't need mathematics. You don't need anything except water, food, a bed, and some love, and a toilet. Ego mind saying, but I'm not going to go develop. I'm not going to do all the things that the information, the computer says. I want to be a scientist, so I have to go to school. I have to learn maths. I have to do this. Pure mind says, science does not exist. If science exists, it's already here. Everything is here as it is. You know how it exists because you created it. So who is pure mind speaking to, and who is ego mind speaking? They're not speaking to each other. They're discussing with each other, and something is witnessing this discussion taking place. We have these discussions every day. When someone says you have to go to this party, it's great. We haven't seen our friends for years and years. And ego mind says, yes, I love a party. And pure mind is saying, but your wife's ill, your partner's ill, your children need to go to this. You have already taken enough information to deal with at this moment. Do you really need to fill your body with alcohol and drink? So it's not about what is good and what is bad. Every time you listen to these words, you're going to say this one seems to side with the ego, it seems to side with the pure mind. No, the one that I side with is the witness of the pure mind and the ego mind discussing, debating. It matters not whether you go to the party or not. It matters not whether you don't go to the party. Whether you stick with your responsibilities. You have a choice. You see? You have a choice, the one in the middle, to ignore both minds. You don't have to ignore both minds for the rest of your entire life in a body. You simply witness these minds debating, and eventually you'll find, wow, I can't believe my head is so full of information. I can't believe it's so full of spirituality. I can't believe it's so full of science. It's so full of anger. It's so full of love. It's so full of hate. I can't believe how much I know. I can't believe how much I don't know. I can't believe how intelligent my mind is and how unintelligent my mind is. I can't believe how each mind judges differently. You judge differently. Yeah? You go into the shop to buy a dress, there's two dresses, you like that one. Yeah, you judged over the two that one is the most, and I like that one, that's the one. Yeah? Within half an hour you go out of the shop with the other one. The judgment has changed, whether it's through analysis or value. You don't have to justify. Ego mind is the justifier. Yeah, but that's because, they didn't have that one in my size or whatever. No. It doesn't matter. The point is, minds are fluctuating and changing, and you cannot stick with ego. You cannot stick with pure mind, because they're the same mind using different uniforms, appearing as different people, appearing as different thoughts, appearing as different countries, different cultures, different worlds, different universes. Mind is everything. It is one mind born into two ways, negative and positive. You've always been told, go positive. Yeah. And then the teacher says, yeah, but I know you're trying to do something positive, but sometimes you have to give way and allow bad things in your life so others can gain something from your negativity. What? You see? There's no permanent way through mind. There's not a solution through mind. The ego mind has been born. It is a program. It is called ego I. Pure mind is born. It is here for you to experience and be alive. It is called pure mind I. So many people will say, no, you destroy ego. If you're going to destroy one, both have to go temporarily. And you can do that by simply witnessing your thoughts, not trying to get rid of them, not saying if they're good or bad. Be the witness that has no analysis, no judgment. Many speakers can sit and say ego is the problem, pure mind is the problem, spirituality is the problem. There are no problems from the witness point of view. The problems are with mind. And these problems are here to be resolved. And to resolve these problems is not to choose a specific mindset to overcome each problem. The resolution comes from knowing full-heartedly, full 100%, through maybe an awakening or enlightened experience, or just simply, oh, God, where the head mind and heart mind merge, and your mind sits somewhere. It sits everywhere, where it's supposed to sit. Mind should not be part in the head. It should be in the head. It should be in the hands. Mind is everywhere. Mind is everything. There's no responsibility for the witness. The witness is the one that simply goes through life witnessing with no judgment, no analysis, no value. And what lies beyond this, you see? Because we have been told as human beings that you'll never ever experience pure love. Permanent pure love. Permanent pure love every single second of the day. Because pure mind and ego mind change frequently. Yeah, so there's no contradiction. But the one who witnesses pure mind and ego mind dancing, moving around, playing with themselves, torturing themselves, trying to replicate themselves, trying to dance with themselves, trying to destroy themselves, the one that witnesses that is always pure love. It only sees dancing. It only sees movement. It only sees beautiful essence of mind, energies, balls of energy playing with each other, like the two puppies playing with their paws, yeah, loving each other, showing their teeth sometimes. But you know, even within the teeth is showing, they're loving each other. It is simply something taking place. You are the witness to everything taking place. But the witness has no idea what is taking place. But at any point, it can bring mind in and say, I want to know what's taking place. And that's what we do every day as a human being. We bring mind in to explain things. The explanations are important for the mind. They may be important for some higher source, your true higher self, which is here right now. But realistically, it is simply another movement. One life in a body is a simple movement. One life, one simple movement in one simple moment. But the one simple moment is not a time moment. It is infinite. One life is one fluctuation. And within this fluctuation, billions and billions and zillions of fluctuations, from breath, from thoughts, from experiences, from growing from a child to an adult, to a fluctuation, an experience of death, an experience of birth, an experience of the roller coaster ride, an experience of making love, an experience of every single thing, smoking hash, all experiences within this one single experience that is one, that happens in one moment, not happens in one moment in time, but happens in the one moment that you totally are. Your total pure consciousness, total singular moment that has no beginning and no end, experiencing a life that has every single thing that mind has given names and identities to. So it can know itself, what it sees itself, what it hears itself, what it speaks itself. Mind is simply speaking to mind. To enjoy this life, be the witness. You're never not the witness, you see. When the fluctuation is over and whatever happens out with this body, you'll say, wow, that was brief. I didn't get really anything from it. Okay, try again. Call in another body. Call in another century, another time. Yeah? And this time, remember, who I'm speaking to is non-existent in a human world. You are the creator, the projector, the experiencer of the human world, but you're not human. Although you can pretend you are for a while. There is only the witness. Don't worry about anything else, anyone else speaking. It's another mind that's coming in to say, no, the witness is the guy that goes to court and gives information. No, that's a different kind of witness, you see. The witness is life experiencing itself as things, as nothing, as spiritual, as empty, as full, as dynamic, as weak, as painful, as ill, as happy, as joyful. The witness witnesses an apparent experience of being in a body as a smaller type of witness, which this body witness can see things, smell things, touch things, enjoy things, experience minuscule parts of love. But the main part of love is you. Without love, how can you be here? Without giving yourself love, without allowing yourself to be born, allowing your body to grow and put your body into a position of pain and putting your body into a position of danger. You who put your body into all these things, everything, not one more than the other. Yeah, you are pure love. You have to be love. You wouldn't put your body into this place, into this human earth, this body that you have been given or granted or created. You wouldn't do it if you didn't love it, if you didn't love the one who is in it, who allowed it to take place. You are pure consciousness. You are 100%, even beyond 100%. You are the totality. You are what they call absolute Brahman. But you're not something outside of yourself. When you think there's a body here, then there's a space, and then there's Brahman. I know I'm the space now because this one says, I'm also experiencing being the body. I'm also experiencing being Brahman. But when you see it as three separate things now, you're seeing it from the middle point. Brahman is peace and emptiness and silence and tranquility and omnipotent and omnipresent. Human is suffering and pain and happy and joyful and walking and swimming and all these things. These things are taking place now. Brahman is taking place now within you. You are the middle state, you see. You are the middle state. You are the middle state, not separate from every state when you are in a body. When you're out of a body, you won't experience this bit. And you may not experience middle bit. But you see, now we're trying to dissect things. I spent so many minutes trying to build things into one whole thing. Ego mind and pure mind are looking at each other in the mirror. They love each other, but they want to do things differently. It's like man and wife, isn't it? We love each other. We stand up in vows and give pledges. And the minute the honeymoon's over, the wife says, oh, let's buy a house out in the country. And the husband says, no, I want to be in the city. Neither one is pure and neither one is ego. Both are appearing as ego with pure thoughts of realizing the best way to be living as a human. Yeah? Then it's important we live well as a human. So value your ego mind. Value your pure mind. Value your identity. Value. But you will only value both when you realize that you are the witness of both. And that none of these two can affect you. Life, birth, and death cannot affect you. You are ineffective. But you're totally effective because you can give yourself a body, a mind. and fluctuate in every single aspect of this life on this earth that you are. Namaste. Have a great sunny spring day. And simply be the witness. Witness everything in its glory, moving with no names, no identities, no judgment. And dance like the Sufi.